Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Hi Sam. Hi Saida. Hi Shimera. Here I am. Wow, a cutie. I'm doing quite well today. I hope you guys are doing well. I did add 2 sub badges today because the lovely and talented Bunny Booties has been working on some for me. But for some reason, like she's still working on them, but for some reason, even though like one of them was done, my brain was like, oh, you have to wait till they're all done to put them up, but like I don't. Plus, it hasn't even been 2 months since I got affiliates, so nobody can even have like the later ones anyway. It's that Bunny Booties. I love your work. I also love her work. I will say, yeah, I think the founder badge is cool, but it just kind of sucks because then you don't get to have the other badges, like the nice ones that I put hard work into, which is sad because I was really excited. Like you can see it when I do it, but the later ones. So I will tell you the next one, the other one that's up. I don't know if there's any way for you to see it, but the next one is an axolotl. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you the rest, but the next one is an axolotl because it's already up and there's probably some way you can see it, but it is an axolotl and it's freaking adorable. It's pink. As of right this second, it looks a little bit like a spider, but it's still cute. And we might do some edits on it, but axolotl is peak. Yeah. The next ones will have to be like even cuter. Although I like the one you did after that. Anyway, but those should be out in due course. I don't know how to make anything cuter than that. I feel like there is a way, if you look at the sub thing, that maybe you get to see the... Oh, you do. Yeah, if you go to like the like subscribe or like gift a sub and you scroll down, at least for me because I'm like quote unquote subscribed, I can see the next one. It is really freaking cute. Anyways, Bunny Boot is peak cuteness, and she just like puts that out through her work. So yeah, if you click it, you can see it. Yeah, so you guys can have a little preview of the next one since it's already out there, and then the next ones should be coming like soon-ish. I don't know, before someone hits 3 months. We'll have a 3-month one. Yeah, and one of the emotes is done. I was actually about to upload it. I started to upload it, but I realized I needed to crop it again and fix it a little bit, and that has to like go through the process of getting approved. So I'm gonna do that later today probably, and add the meatball emote so you guys can have meatballs. Even though I don't play Don't Starve on here as much as I did before. So what else has happened? Oh, I added a couple new channel rewards, a couple little fun ones, and I added some cute little emotes to them. Meatball, hey Wads, I have a surprise. Oh no. Oh my gosh! Aw, thank you so much. I love you. Honestly, I added my one of the rewards I added was play Club Penguin, in which I just drop what I'm doing and go play Club Penguin. And like genuinely, I was like, if the surprise is I just have to play Club Penguin and not Subnautica, like I guess that's fair. But thank you so much. I love you. Okay, we're just gonna have a moment here. I don't know, like Bunny Booty Saida, she has been like my #1 fan, and she has been so supportive, and she's so talented, and I just love her so much. Okay, I just want you to know that she's wonderful. Anyways, so we are gonna play some more Subnautica today. Yeah, you're gonna make me cry. Listen, you make me cry because you're so nice. But we are gonna play more Subnautica today. Oh, hey. Oh, by the way, yeah. Hey, Raksha, and hey, Not a Gaming Expert. It's so nice to see you. I hope you guys are doing well today. Starting off the day strong with some new sub badges and a wonderful subscription from a wonderful person. And we're trying out a new category today. We're trying out the science category today. just because I thought it might, like, there's a lot of people who play Subnautica, but they're actually playing the game, whereas I like to spend half the time just talking about fish. So I thought maybe people looking in science might be more interested in that. We'll see. We're just trying new things. We're seeing what works. And I made myself some lovely green tea. So that'll be the hydrate for the first bit until I run out. I did put too much honey in it. It's really sweet. It's okay. Anyway, so I did play, I think we talked about this last time. Your day's going well, just opened up Subnautica. Heck yeah! Subnautica is so much fun. I did play a little bit on my own in the between time since last week, just because I wanted to get like the recipes for the sea moth so we could go a little bit deeper, and like I just wanted to do a little bit more of like the resource collecting and stuff that I don't find quite as interesting, because I want to spend this time being able to look at the cool creatures and do the exploring part, because I think that's really fun. Always got to keep trying new things, makes life interesting. I absolutely agree. It is my sincere belief that if you're not trying new things and you're not like trying things that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, then you're not living. I always forget about this advice until somebody says that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think I've said this before, but I think like just in general, one of the reasons people are like scared of doing things and are scared of change is because change usually is like a little bit uncomfortable, and we don't like being uncomfortable. And so it's often easier to just like stay where you are and not do anything new, because then you don't have to be uncomfortable. But I tried a different flavor of coffee last week. Does that count? It absolutely counts. I tried a different lunch recipe yesterday, and it wasn't it. But I tried it. Whenever I'm feeling a bit down or just stuck, I usually realize it's because I haven't discovered anything new in a while. That's a really good insight to have, I think. Yeah. I often get like overwhelmed. Like I had this happen yesterday where I get overwhelmed sometimes because there's so much stuff I want to be doing and feel like I should be doing, and you can't do all of it, and I greatly overestimate how quickly I can do things. Yeah, you got to take risks. It's all about taking risks here and there, and sometimes you take little ones and sometimes it's big ones, but I've just lately been trying to come at stuff with more of an attitude of like, why not, right? Anyway, we can switch over to Subnautica now. Boot to boot to boot. So I did do a couple of things in the meantime. I made a very teeny tiny base, just like the very start of one. I'll show you it here. I have like a fabricator. That's not done, but the radio's done. And some lockers. And I don't know if it's necessary to have the solar panels up this high, but I just thought it was kind of funny looking. So this is the little start of my base. I also have the stuff to get a scanner room, which might be helpful, and I'm gonna go. But in the meantime, I did also get the blueprints. I got the blueprints for the scanner room and the mobile vehicle bay and the sea moth. So that is what we're gonna work on first, I think, is just getting this stuff, because I really want to be able to go further and not have to, you know, breathe air all the time. And there's like the I forget what they're called, the crabby snake boys, like those ones I keep wanting to scan and I just can't do it. I still haven't figured out a good strategy to get the Reaper. I may just have to wait until I get the propulsion rifle, because I really want to talk about the Reaper, because I have a lot of complaints about the Reaper's design, but we will get there. Let's see what they have to say today.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached.
Oh, heck.
We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates
Teeny
corrected.
tiny. That Texas system.
Maybe
you're just big. My tiny voice. Okay. So, this is number one thing I have to make. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust my glasses and get close to the screen. God, I feel that. I literally, earlier, I was setting my stuff up, and I had OBS open, and I was like trying to see something, and I literally saw myself being like, and I was like, oh, My eyesight isn't what it used to be. Small voice, very cute. Okay, so a lot of titanium, lubricant, and a power cell. That's number one on the journey. What happened to all my titanium? Oh, you know what happened to it? I used it all for this. So, I gotta go exploring. Before I do that, actually. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, lubricant is, I think, the little, yeah, the seed clusters, and then power cell is batteries and silicone. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's go exploring! Another fun thing I did lately is I finished, so I've been working on doing YouTube videos, and what my second original idea was going to be was just to make stream highlights, and I posted the first one and I was happy with it, and then I was working on the second one and I literally finished it and then had like a small mental breakdown, and then where I was just I did that thing where I got too hyped up and I was like, oh, I gotta do all these things, and I was like, I'm gonna throw out my whole YouTube strategy. I can send you a walkthrough of how to have chat appear over your gameplay for you to view if you want. You can always talk about, ooh, that would be super cool. Like, as opposed to having to have it windowed. And, yeah, totally. Thinking about the similarities between Subnautica. Yeah, but anyway, I had this thing yesterday where I was like, oh, I could totally do like 3 videos a week. And then after a while, it calmed down a bit. And I was like, you know, I don't think I can. But I wanted to do something a little different from what I was doing, because what originally happened was I wanted to make videos sort of about the stuff I talk about in here, but in a more like concentrated, like concise manner, where I was going to make little like review videos about each of the creatures. And I started making one for the Reaper, and it ended up being like, it was such a labor intensive thing that I was like, there's no way I can like reasonably do this in the time frame I want to. Oh, I don't have it. Alright, fine. So, which was very disappointing because that's what I wanted to. And then I was like, oh, I'll do stream highlights, because then I already have the like the content and I just have to cut it down. And I started doing that, but that's also not really what I wanted to do. So we're going back to the original idea, I think. I think I'm gonna do that. I'd really like to do like short little review videos of the creatures, but what I was doing before that was taking a ton of time is I was like making it like a movie where there was a ton of very short clips of like the Reaper moving around, and while that looked really cool, it was so much time. It was which is like that's what was taking me so long, is I was spending all of this time going to film a bunch of stuff and then coming back and like chopping it down and only using like 10 seconds of that like half an hour I had just done, and I just like was repeating that over and over again, and I was like, I can't do this. So I'm rethinking the format and stuff, but I just thought, like, because streaming is not everybody's favorite form of content consumption, and I totally get that. It's not necessarily my favorite kind. I like watching people I'm friends with, but I honestly don't have a ton of patience for it sometimes. But YouTube videos are a much more... Where did that wreck just go? YouTube videos are a much more concentrated, like, source of information, and I think, like, the whole, like, looking at the biology of stuff in video games is super compelling. At least it is to me, because I think it's fascinating. But I think that is something that people would like to watch, and I think making little videos about it instead of huge labor-intensive ones or just stream highlights is the direction I want to go. This is what happens when I talk a bunch while I'm doing stuff, because I don't know where that wreck just went. It's very dark. I just want metal scrap. How did I get out here? Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well and stuff. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm still. It's kind of the same thing of like having to try new things. Oh, sippy. Editing is super labor intensive. It is, and oh, I almost. It's super labor intensive, and if you're doing a bunch of filming and a bunch of editing, it's rough. So, what I thought I might do instead is still have video from the game and stuff. I think that's an important part, but like also maybe just have like video of me talking. I might try that format because I think it would just be way easier. Way easier. I don't understand how people make labor intensive YouTube videos and put them out at a like very fast rate. I don't get it. I like editing stuff, but it takes hours and hours and hours. You can do a voiceover of some of the clips. Well, see, that's the problem. Is what I was originally What I was originally doing was taking lots and lots and lots of clips, and then doing a voiceover for them, and that was taking way too much time. That was like the whole idea to begin with, but oh god, but it wasn't like. It's just, I just don't think it's feasible, like for me at least. I don't think it's feasible for me to do an entire video that's just clips. I mean, maybe. It might be easier if I'm doing shorter videos, but like, I had a lot of gripes about the Reaper, basically. And, like, it took me like 4 hours to make like a minute of video. And that is not something I am willing to put that much time towards. So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I wish there, like, I had an idea of my head of what I wanted to do, but actually putting that into reality is a very different thing. Which part of the process is the most time consuming? No, I'm sorry. So, just to be clear, what's happening is... So, we'll go through the timeline really quick. So, here, since we're just chatting again, we'll just switch to the just chatting thing really quick. What was happening is my first original idea is I wanted to make the videos about, like, here's this creature in a video game, like, here's what I think is cool about it, and here's what I think, like, doesn't really make sense, at least, like, in terms of Earth's creatures and our biology here. That's what I wanted to do. And I like was like, I'm gonna start with the Reaper Leviathan because I think he's really, really cool. And so I like did quite a bit of research, and like I made a bunch of points I wanted to talk about, which was like took some time, but it wasn't too bad. And then what was taking a ton of time is I was going into Subnautica and recording a bunch of clips of like the Reaper. That's what I was doing. And then I was transferring them over, I was transferring them to my other computer, which I don't have to do that anymore because I do it all on this computer. But I was then going through all of those and cutting out, like, the parts that were good. And then, like, doing that over and over again. And, like, the problem is, from the way I had planned it, it was going to be, like, a 10-plus minute video. But the clips were fairly short, because that is like a thing generally with filmmaking, is like you can't have just long scenes. Short clips are much better. And so like I would have, you know, a whole bunch of like 5 to 10 second clips, and that was just taking so much time because I'd like have an idea for the shot I want. I'd have to go follow the Reaper around for a whole bunch of time to try to get it done, and then could you use the clips of Reaper on YouTube instead of making your own clips? I see, like, first of all, I don't know about what goes on with like the copyright of doing that. I really don't know. I don't know if that's like legally okay. It might be, but also I just like, I'm just not sure I'd want to do that, like, morally. Also because usually there was specific shots I wanted and specific angles of the Reaper I wanted, that it was like easier to just go do it myself than to try to go find somebody else who had done it. Yeah, it's... So I would like to do shorter videos, first of all, for this. I think that would be easier on me. And I also, like, I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest way to include cool clips and to make it entertaining, but without it being super labor intensive. You could make a Reaper Leviathan sock puppet and then just do the entire narration over a puppet show. That's true. I could. That is a valid, yep. You got it. You've cracked the code. That's the thing. That's the one. Hi. God. The sand shark just makes me sad. Because it's one of those things that, like, when I got in the game, I was like, it's so cool. Oh god. And then as I started to, like, look into it more, I was like, oh, you're right. You're right. Change screen back. Sorry, I forgot we weren't looking at Subnautica. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Have my mom film it. Yeah. Sorry, I usually don't switch it back, but I figure, like, looking at my face in chat is probably more interesting than looking at the pause screen. I do like the background noise of Subnautica. I really like the whaley sounds of the reefbacks. They're very cool. Do I have enough? No, I don't. I need more. Why do you talk to us? Yeah. Do. Yeah, so I'm hoping today to, like, get the sea moth made and then go into the jelly caves and see what's in there, and maybe also go find some new biomes when I'm faster and safer in my little thing. I still need to figure out where I can get the fragments for the laser cutter so I can go into the frickin' Aurora. I don't know, because also, like, see, I can't get in here. I have not yet decided, just generally, if, like, going to the Aurora is something I want to do on the stream, because, again, it's not really, like, there's not really creatures in there, and it doesn't really relate to, like, that's where I'm at, yeah. I will say, one of the, I really like the exploration part of this game, but the fact that you have to spend so much time, like, looking for the fragments and stuff, I find to be a little tedious sometimes, when I'm like, I just want to go explore the new biomes and look at the creatures that are there. That's all I want to do. So, we're gonna do that. It is a very fun game, in my opinion, to, like, kind of just turn your brain off a bit and, like, go whack a bunch of rocks and stuff like that. Yeah. God, one thing I really like that they added these animations of shoals of fish, because, like, schooling fish are a pretty common thing in the ocean. It'd be like, I understand why they didn't make every single one its own like, actual creature that you can interact with, but god, it would be so cool. Woo! It'd be so freaking cool to just swim in a shoal of fish. I mean, they'd also probably have to swim away from you, because that's what real life shoals of fish would do. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in the, getting caught up in looking at fish. Hi, Peeper. I think it is also easy. Like, I get it, right? Like, I get it's supposed to be, like, you spend lots of time exploring and stuff like that, and you spend a lot of time gathering, and I think it's okay. It's just, like, I don't know that I'd want it completely gone, but it is something that I'm like, okay, I want to, like, speed this up. I just want to go look at other stuff. So, I just want to go in the jelly caves. I want to go in the jelly caves, and I want to wrestle a crab steak. I think I may have gotten all the metal I can from here. Okie dokie. Yeah. Oh. Some, so we did talk about the sand shark before, and how it's, like, supposedly it's one of the kinds of animals that, like, buries itself into the sand and then attacks from beneath the sand, which, I mean, we talked about some of the reasons that doesn't really make sense, like their coloration and the fact that they have a giant, like, dorsal fin, like, thing sticking off their head and whatever. But beyond that, I think it would be, like, I know that oh my god. I know that the ground isn't something you can, like, really interact with, but it would be cool if you got to see more of that behavior of them, like, Jesus, being ambush predators, from underneath the sand. I think that'd be really cool. Can't wait till you get the prawn suit and go super deep. Yeah, I will say, I like, god damn it, I like the sea moth a lot better than the prawn suit. give me that! I will fight. I will fight. Drop it! I feel like, oh, after a while you just start to think of stalkers as, like, dogs. Whatever, I'll just get more of that. I really need... Ow! Oh my god, I was playing this yesterday a little bit to, work on stuff. And I was swimming somewhere, but I was just swimming along the top of the water. Like, I was just like, la 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 la. And I, like, suddenly looked behind me, and there was that, basically. Jesus Christ! It's, I don't know, it's so much scarier when they're on the surface. I don't know why, but it is. But that happened, and I, like, screamed. It was very scary. Anyways. I'm pretty sure, also while we're over here, I think we have looked at most of the things we've scanned, if not all of the things we've scanned, but I'm gonna look just to be safe. I'm not gonna talk much about plants, because I don't know much about plants. So I'm gonna leave those alone, but I'm gonna get rid of the notification, because I don't like it. Scavengers and parasites. Oh, we didn't talk about... Did we talk about this guy? No, I don't think we did talk about this guy, so we can do that really quick. Maybe he's just misunderstood. So, this is the cave crawler. I hate cave crawlers. Just to right off the bat. Agile, territorial, carrion feeders, well adapted to both land and sea. Carrion feeders, so they're scavengers. Which, we've talked about this before, but scavengers and other animals and stuff that eat, like, the dead stuff and the decaying stuff, that's, like, a super duper important thing to have in any ecosystem, because in every single ecosystem there's always waste being produced and animals die and stuff like that, and if you don't have animals that, like, eat that, then it becomes a huge buildup of really gross stuff. So well adapted to both land and sea. That's interesting. Because usually, like, so there's amphibious creatures that have lungs, and there's amphibious creatures that have gills, and, like, by which you mean, like, we all know, I hope, what amphibians are, like, stuff like frogs and whatnot, and they have lungs. But they spend a lot of time in the water. But they have to come up to the surface to breathe, and it's the same thing with stuff like turtles and whatnot. And then there's some fish. What's that one called? I think it's called a mud skipper, I want to say. We might switch over to the old web scene for a sec to talk about this. Is it? Why don't you want to... Why is my window capture not working? There we go. Now it's working. Hehe, fish. I believe it's called... What did I just say? Mud skipper? There are kinds of fish that will come out of the water for periods of time, and I think what they do is they can, like, seal up their gills for periods of time. It's very cool. We're gonna look at the mud skipper really quick, because this is one that does come out of the water, and they'll, like, quote unquote, like, walk on land. Sorry, let me... That fish looks a little surprised. Well, they're interesting because they have, you can see this is an animal that probably, like, spends a lot of time on the bottom or even, like, buried beneath dirt because they have eyes on top of their head. Wow, they're so cute. Okay. They're amphibious fish. These are the fish that scream. I think these are maybe the fish that they, like, yeet themselves. Like they can, I think they like slap their tails down and it like tosses them. It's really good. Um, yeah, so they're kind of weird because they can spend time in and out of water. Yeah, so they usually live in burrows. Um, and they spend time in tide pools. Oh, okay, cool. So, really quick, so intertidal pools, we may have talked about this before, but intertidal pools are basically areas of water that periodically the water goes away. Like these are often places like along the shore, where during high tide, like it's covered in water, and during low tide, no more water. And there's also pools like that and stuff. And some of the animals that like live there are really really cool because they have to have adaptations to deal with being in the open air and also in open water. To do eat rocks, scream. That sounds like an excellent day. Why not do both at the same time? Oh god. Mudskippers are quite active. What I want to look for in here is what they are doing when they're out of the water. When leaving the water and moving into a more dry environment, they breathe using water that's trapped inside their rather large gill chambers. That's interesting. So, what we do when we go in the water is usually we'll take a breath and go under so we have like a little bit of excess where our body can still be like pulling out oxygen. And then once we're depleting a lot of the oxygen, like that's when you're like, oh my god, I need to breathe. So they kind of do the opposite, which is instead of like taking in air before going into the water, they take in water before they go to the air. And it's the same kind of process where they're still getting their oxygen from the water, not from the air. Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head if there's an animal that can get both water from the air and the water. Like there is fish do this thing sometimes, I think, called like I forget what it's called, but they do this like gulping thing at the top of their tank sometimes, and it can mean I think that your water's not oxygenated enough or something like that, but I don't remember. But I'm talking like usually animals have the apparatus for either good air breathing or good water breathing. Ooh. They undulate. They attract the females. Wow. Gosh, how do they use their fins to move around in a series of skips? I want to see a mud skipper in action. Eat Rocks and Scream would be an excellent name for a band. I agree. I just want to see them flopping about. That's all I want to see. Because I think the way they move is really funny. Yes. Yes, National Geographic. National Geographic. Hello? Oh, I just wanted YouTube, but like, that's fine. Oh, did you find one? Yeah, okay, we'll look at that one. White skippers. Slow a little bit. Have a sippy while we wait. How are you guys doing today? Well, this loads because apparently my internet is slow right now. You guys gonna like flop around and eat some rocks maybe? Alright. Sippy. He can finally post a link. Yes, I did get the bot to allow VIPs to post links. So now you can post links. Just show me the fish, please. I just want to see the fish. Oh my goodness. How dare you, Grammarly. Show me the fish. I'm free! Yeah. There he is! God, this is good. I'll make it like... And I just want to see the floppy thing they do. That's what I want. Trying to make sure that you can still see. They're so funny, and I presume those like the big like they're like cheeks. I don't actually have the volume on. If you want to listen to it too, we can, but I was just gonna look at it. Yeah, but I presume these things that it kind of looks like they have big puffy cheeks. I presume that's where they're holding in the water and holding it next to their gills so they can still get oxygen out of it. Looks like the merman from Cabin in the Woods. He's so cute. My heart and soul. Look at him. Oh, that's so cool. So they kind of do a little walking on land, but they use both their legs at the same time. I want to see them flop about. Although I might be thinking of a different fish. Oh my god, are they gonna fight? I just want to see the flopping, please. Oh, wow. What was that? What was that? Oh my god! So those are just their dorsal fins. But clearly they can, like, they're like retractable kind of thing. That's really cool. Oh my god. What an excellent man. Oh yes. Oh yes! This is exactly what I wanted. Look at him go. I honestly thought they got higher than that, but I might be thinking of a different fish. Oh, that is so cool. It's interesting that they extend their dorsal fins all the way out for that. Big show-offs. He jump. That's wild. I love that. They be flopping. God. Oh, they're fighting! It's to get noticed by a potential mate. Oh! I also jump around for attention. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting. Oh, goodness. That's what they're doing. He just gulped all the air. Raise your hand if you jump for attention. So we get the idea. So this is an amphibious fish. He does some things. Oh, I have a notification. I wonder what that is. Oh, they can breathe through the lining of their skin in their mouth, but only when they're wet. That makes sense. So that's kind of the same thing as frogs. And I'm trying to remember. I think there's something along the lines of, like, in order to do gas exchange, the membrane has to be wet. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of the thing that goes on. I don't remember why. I just remember that. Bad jumps, can't knee. Understandable. We need these in one of those old school horror films where they had iguanas as dinosaurs. Big fan of Frankenweenie where they use the dogs as kaiju. God. Yeah. See, this says they retain a bubble of air. But I thought the other thing said water? Unsure, but they do be having those chubby cheeks. So different species have adapted to various diets. Some are detritivorous, which means they eat, like, the detritus, which is all the, like, dead stuff and whatnot. While others will eat small crabs, insects, blah blah. Okay, but I just wanted to know about the adaptations. So, where were we? So back to the game. So we were talking about the cave crawler, and just the point I wanted to make was that, like, in general, animals are adapted for air breathing, and they might be able to hang out in the water for periods of time, but they're still air breathers, or they're water breathers and they can hang out in air for periods of time. But so this kind of thing kind of has to have one or the other. It does talk about gas exchange membrane, which is what? This thing that looks like an eyeball. I've said this before, but, like, Subnautica, the developers of Subnautica are just, like, all about the eyeballs. They're like, slap an eyeball in that thing. Give that just one giant eyeball. That thing needs more eyes. They're all about the eyes. It's wild. I thought you said kaiju, and I thought of that movie. God, I watched the newer Pacific Rim lately with John Boyega in it, and it was rough. It was not nearly as good. It was rough. Eyeball gang, that's right. It was a rough time. Anyways. And then it has mandibles. This species seeks out corpses and pack before defending its claim while the corpses devour. I don't like the word corpse. Rough isn't good. No, it was like... I didn't like it, and it wasn't nearly as good as the first one. Like, it just... The action didn't... There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Raise your hand if you have glasses and thus have 4 eyes. I only have 2 eyes. Thank you. Funny joke. So this is... I think it's saying the gas exchange membrane, so it's not an eyeball. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, well. Stop everything. He's done it. Sam has saved up his points and he has unlocked the karaoke / drag stream. My god. I will say, I guess I could do it this week. I'll probably do the same kind of thing I did for the affiliate stream and do it on like a Thursday night or a Friday night. The thing about drag is it takes me several hours to put on the drag. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to have another karaoke stream. She's not surprised. No, I knew this was coming. I'm not surprised. I'd like to thank the Academy. To be fair, he had like hinted at it already, and I kind of knew it was coming. Would have been more fun if he hadn't told me, but it's okay. Who told her? Yeah, so we can talk about in the server later what day you guys want to do that and whatnot. Exciting. I'll have to warm up my voice and like my boy voice. I haven't done my boy voice in a minute. Maybe she had a premonition. So that's super duper exciting. We'll have to get on that. You guys can meet my drag persona. My boy drag persona. Been a bit. Back to this man. So what seems to be going on is they're saying like it's hard to see what the one is pointing at. Like it looks like it's pointing at this little like blue circle as their gas exchange membrane. Absorbs essential gases from the air or water or basic bodily regulation. So this is, I feel like this is kind of just like a cop-out answer because gills and lungs have gas exchange membranes. So, Duncan disorderly. That's me. And then the mandibles thing. So, mandibles are basically like, they're like the kind of mouth parts that insects have. And stuff like that. So, these things, little pincer things. And you can see, like, they kind of come to a point. It's hard to see if they're serrated or what, but, like, that's clearly for stabbing, and manipulating prey. It's also hard to see, like, where their mouth be at. I think there's a little, like, break right there in the center, and that's its mouth. Because some things, so... crabs. We're gonna look at crab mouth parts. Because crabs are really cool because they have a ton of different mouth parts to be able, like, they have a lot of different, like, things going on, a lot of different little appendages that they use for various things. It's absolutely wild. Let's see, we'll open this one and then we'll open a picture. I used to know all the names for them because I had to learn them, and then I did not learn them anymore. That's not what I want. I just want like a close-up of the mouth parts, please. Okay, well, I mean, this is like a pretty good thing. This doesn't really look like a crab, but you kind of get the idea. This is kind of what their mouths look like, in that, like, they have various mouth parts for, like, manipulating food and, like, cutting up the food and, like, bringing it to its mouth. It's really wild. Ugh, excuse me. No, it doesn't have it in here. There's all these, like, names for them, and I can't remember what they are. Oh my god, the face of a caterpillar. That's actually kind of horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I have never wanted to see a caterpillar up close less than I do right now. So that's some horror for you. This is a horror stream. I will say I do like thus far I do like streaming in the science category because I feel less bad about playing very few bits of the game. So you can see like insects, it's the grasshopper, they have 4 parts already of their whole mouth. But I want so crabs have up to 3 pairs of legs modified into maximilipeds that are just for food manipulation and stuff. So they, again, like they have mouth parts that can pass the food around or like chew it up or anything, or like cut it into smaller pieces. It's pretty cool. But it is interesting to me that it doesn't seem like the cave crawlers have, like, they just have the one set of mandibles, and maybe they have chewing mouth parts inside, but hard to know. Anyway, I don't like them. Necessarily waste, recycler, avoid, or incapacitate. I hate them. Oh, actually, I just realized I was looking here, but you can totally see it is their mouth parts are kind of serrated here. Sometimes I just don't use my eyeballs, and I am sorry. Alright. Let's get back to game. Oh my god, more radio message.
This is Life Pod 4.
Hey, Michael.
We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're gonna last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates.
That means
Origin
probably a Reaper got them. Where my eye gang boys at? Can we just take a second really quick to, like, okay, 2 eyes, only 1 eye, 1 gigantic eye, 2 sets of eyes, little eyes, okay, that one's fine. Warper, 2 sets of eyes, 1 eye, or those have big eyes, don't know about eyes. Big eye, freaky eyes, gigantic eyes, snail weird eyes, big eyes, little baby eyes, huge eyes, also big eyes. One, like, what is this? They're like, you know what our fish need? Bigger eyes. That's all they wanted. My eyes look smaller because of my glasses. I feel like I probably do too. I am part of Glasses Gang. Yeah, I've had glasses since, like, I think the 5th grade or something. It's been a very long time. God, okay, I need to, like, eat some food, probably. Ooh. This way? Imagine wearing glasses, not me. I don't have to imagine. Okay, that's better. A little hurt, also. So this should get me the, titanium. I just have to be careful about the power in here because I don't have, like, unlimited power. Titanium ingot. That's one thing I needed. Oh, and I didn't even need all the, titanium I had. I'll turn it into, titanium though anyway. Oh, I could just use it to make another locker. That's what I can do. Right? I need to make more batteries though. Sure, I just need this for like a second. A second. I could make big floodlights outside too. Oh. Voila. Pop all this in there. I wonder if I can use a dead battery as a battery. I wonder if that counts for the power cell. Oh, it does count. Although I wonder if it makes it so it's only half full, because that's not what I want. I need some of that. Yeah, I'll just leave the batteries in here. Okay. Let me take this with me. I'm pretty sure the power cell in this game, like, they're like, oh yeah, all you gotta do is, you take 2 batteries and you wrap them together and it's a power cell. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna go to the, forest. Oh, I need the battery of this. Can't wait to get the battery charger. Wait, no, don't do that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. Where's the flippin'? There it is. And hopefully no stalkers try to eat me. That's the goal. I think I just need one of these. Take a couple though. I don't know, I'll just take a couple. No! Get back! I just love that it looks like a little barbell or like a fence. Very good. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a thermal vent around here somewhere that I can use. Great. I'll just make an extra one just because I can. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh, I got it backwards. I thought it was 2 of this to make 1 of these, but it's not. I am a fool. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I can make the first thing. Whatever, I'll make fiber mesh. I can make first aid instead of fiber mesh. Sure. I am a fool. I have done a foolery. I still have more thingies, so I might as well make more first aid kits. I probably won't do it this time, even though I kind of want to, but I do want to gear up and go scan the Reaper. And it would be easier if I had the propulsion rifle, but I don't know if I have that kind of patience, frankly. Next question is, how do I make the this? Do I just have to, oh, I need to play with things open. Do I just, is it just a deployable? It is. Wonderful. Okay. One thing at a time here. And then we'll make the sea moth, and then we'll find some new boys to scan. Okay. I just popped it out of existence. Excellent. Great. 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 Great! Put the deck away. Sorry I had to step away to take my delivery of my new PC. No problem. You got a new PC. That's exciting. How's it going? It's going good. I'm just, you know, enjoying some nice swimming in the ocean. What kind of PC did you get? I gotta have a sip.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, ship. I am the captain. Okay, this time we're gonna make lube and not the other stuff. I frequently get tea on my nose when I have some. An omen by HP. Ooh, that's fancy. To be fair, I know little to nothing about computers, but it sounds fancy. And that's what matters. Alright, back to work. I got the stream in the background. No problem. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate. I will have another sippy. I will have to go pee soon. Because we're having so many sippies. Okay. Felt that. Oh my god, look at that. Look at your little founder badge now. Wow. I'll just turn that into a first aid kit. Because God knows I will probably need it. Look at this fancy man with his HP computer. Huh? HP means high productivity. Yep, that's what it is. High product. Yes. There it is. This always reminds me of the little spy gadget thing I used to have that you could fold it out to make binoculars. Wish I had that. Oh, you know what I love doing? Just like, I'll go down here and then release it. Get on it! No, I missed! Dang it. Gotta climb it before it gets up. There we go. Just ride it up. I said ride it up, I said. It's not a fan of that. Okay. There we go. So... the only, I think, annoying thing here... oh wait, no, it's just... for some reason I was thinking it was enameled glass, which you need stalker teeth for, which can be kind of annoying to find. But I just need more titanium, more power cells, glass, lubricant, lead. I don't know if I have lead. Just need more everything. Okay, well, we'll take stock of what we have. No matter what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's 10, right? So we don't have that. We have the lube. Great. I have copper, so I just need more thingies, and I have silicone rubber. My current comp managed to live 8 years, which I'm very happy about, but sadly its workable life came to an end. No problem. Sorry, I am late. Was working on some stuff for work. No issue. Emily, it is lovely to see you. Yeah, I get that, gaming expert. So this is my gaming computer and, like, my nice computer, and then I have one that I've had for, I think, like, 5 years now, and I just use it for school stuff now. We have the lube. That's correct. What more do you need in life? How are you doing today, Emily? Let's see. Lead and glass. It will nice. It will I can't talk today. It will have a nice, relaxing retirement of old games and casual internet browsing. It lived a good life. Okay, so I do have a little bit of quartz. I think it's 2 per glass, so I'll probably need more. I don't have any lead. I need lead. I am so happy you just made my Cyclops. It's taken forever to get this stuff. Oh my god, I feel that. I feel like it's such a thing too in this game where I'll, because my brain just can't hold on to multiple things at a time. Like, I'll go out, I'll get, like, the stuff, I'll come back and be like, I forgot this one thing, and I'll go out and I'll come back and be like, I forgot this one other little thing. And it's definitely, like, I'm just trying to make the Seamoth, and I'll probably do that. The Cyclops is definitely harder. Ooh. Ultraglide fins. I forgot I scanned this. Sorry to hear that. Never good when you're forced to upgrade. Yeah, well, I got another message. Doing pretty well, can't complain, honestly.
This is Officer Keenan, Light Pod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Okay.
Rendezvous coordinates corrupted. Transmission origin coordinates downloaded.
Alright, so I'm gonna take a second here.
Location uploaded to PDA.
And go to the bathroom. I'll put on a little music for you while we wait. I am assigning Emily as the captain while I'm gone. She can assume control. And I will be right back. Let's see. She's leaving Anarchy. Look at me, I'm the captain now. What should we do first, Captain? I'm the same. I've been exploring and lost my sea moth to bone shark, so I had to use the resources I had saved for my Cyclops. That is the worst. I totally remember playing this game, and the first time that, like, my sea moth was still pretty new, and then it just got, like, broken by, like, a Reaper or something, and, like, just the sinking feeling of, like, I worked so hard on that. It just, oh, just take it away so quickly. Get the bagels. Are you gonna name the Cyclops? Okay, if you look to the right off the bow, you'll see we're going towards land, where they have plenty of bagels. But wait, Captain, we're all out of cream cheese. Didn't think of naming it. Do you, like, change the colors and stuff on it, Rakshot, when you, like, make your, I can't do words. Vehicles is a word that works, yeah. I do like the, like, classic way, because I think it goes with the base and stuff, but at the same time, I also like making everything pink. Because pink is what I'm about. Ship will be in port from 11 to 1, so do your business on land and then get back to the SS Canadian Bacon as soon as possible, ya landlubbers! That's the only Cyclops I can name. Polyphemus? Yeah, yeah. See, I'm like, what was I doing? Yeah, so I do need 2 more quartz. 2 more quartz. We're gonna do that first. Because my brain can only handle 1 task at a time. There's a quartz. Ooh, wait, there's a rock I could bomb. Okay. I also need lead, and I just got lead. Okay, so I just need quartz. Please. Please, I say. Please. No? Okay. Okay. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Okay. Great. So we got our lead. We got stuff for glass. We are well on our way. There wouldn't happen to be something in here that I could scan for. Amazing. I just learned about changing the colors yesterday, and about 10 minutes later it was lost to the sharks. Oh no! Maybe they just don't like colors. That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear it. Okay. Back down to where the thing was. It was not down there. Okay, so we got glass, we got lead, we have the lubricant, acid, mushrooms, and that's it, I think. Right? Put these in there. Yeah, I think that's might be it. Acid mushrooms for batteries. And then that might be all she wrote. The word Cyclops means round eye in Greek. Good old round eye. Is it because, like, cycle means, like, circle, and, like, ops means eyeball or something? Or it's like psi circle and ops eye. You know what I learned lately that I'm now going to share with you guys? I think I just learned this on Reddit, but I learned that the word helicopter is, what was it? The way it's broken up, like the words, I'm pretty sure it's like it's made up of the words helix and like PTER, kind of like pterodactyl, because helix I think means like the I can't think of the word. Yeah. No, I think it's literally like helico, like helico and tur. Even though people say like heli and like chopper. It's just funny. I'm gonna look really here. Yeah, so right here, helix means spiral, and pteron means wing. So it's a combination of spiral and wing. Spiral wing. Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like, I never really thought about it, that like words are made up of other words, I guess. Yeah. It was just like, and it's one of those things that you use so often that you don't even think about it, and then you're like, oh, wow. Okay, acid mushrooms. Acid mushrooms. Spyro? Yeah, so you see Spyro is made up of spy, like the people you send in Civ 6 to cause rebellions, and row, which means it's something you do with a paddle. That's what that is. I love the game Helico the Train. Very popular, absolutely. People love that game. Okay, I also need to like finish my fabric here at some point. But one thing at a time, folks. Please. Yeah, because I feel like if I use those, it would just be dead. That, and I think I take reset. So excited, I'm so excited to go get the crab snake. Power cell. And that's it, right? And then I can go. Look at it. Here she comes.
Is a fast,
Oh,
safe mode of transport.
my baby.
Remember that swimming is good for your
I love the
fitness
sea
and
moth.
well-being.
Let me off. Victory! Alright. Now we go. We explore. Baby. Her name is Baby. I should maybe something. Okay, you know what? I'm really excited to explore, but also I should probably like eat maybe before I go exploring. Just to be safe. Just upsetting, but like, you know when you're really excited about doing things, but then you have to like take care of your dumb mortal body? Ridiculous. Would not be a fleshy meat bag again. She's a baby and you drive her. Baby drive her. Yep. That's absolutely correct. You guys want some peeper? I got extra. You probably have some if you want. I got some boomerang too. If anybody's hungry. Do I have any extra water? I feel like no. I have one. That'll do. Oh, I'm excited. My skater is ready. I mean, really, the best thing about the Seamoth, like, I mean, it's definitely nice, the travel thing, but really it's about having a mobile source of oxygen. I don't remember where the things are. I'll make a beacon. I don't remember where how to get into the jelly caves. Wait. Hold on. Well, that'll do, donkey. That'll do. I'm pretty sure there was a, yeah, this. Just give me that one. Yes. Down we go. Into the abyss. Where there's snakes. This is, I think I've said this like 10 times, but this is one of my favorite biomes in the whole game. Is the jelly caves. They're so pretty. Oh, the other problem with this thing is it can only go so deep. You gotta be careful. I'm gonna scan a boy. I'm gonna scan a boy. Just gonna have to do this nice and gentle. Nice and gentle.
Warning.
I know.
Maximum depth
You're
reached.
fine.
Hull damage imminent.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I know you're in there.
Passing 200 meters.
Are
Oxygen
you gonna like come
efficiency
out at me? I don't
greatly
remember. I just wanna
decreased.
scan this. Yep.
The
Like she's gonna
conditions
come out and
in
bite
this
me.
cave support a microcosm of unique,
Hello?
possibly predatory.
Yep, that's exactly what I expected. But let me scan you anyway.
Structure somewhat
Back here.
intriguing.
Back here. Ooh, ooh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I have health kits. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Get back to the Zima. Run away, run away, run away. Ugh. Into the unknown. Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 6 bits, Emily. I appreciate it. Oh, I presume there's other things to scan down here, but that was the thing I really wanted to scan. And like now I need a little breather because like that mouth was a lot. There's a lot of mouth on that boy. Okay, we're fine. Moving on. What else is there down here? God, they're freaking everywhere. I think there's other kinds of fish down here, right? There's this. This isn't fish though.
Signal
Take that.
location uploaded to PDA.
No?
Integrating new PDA data.
It's all I had. Aw. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm still utterly baffled by the fact that people want to throw money at me for just like hanging out and talking about fish. Where's my sea moth? I think there's other fish down here, but I don't know where. Alright, buddy, I see you.
30
Sometimes it
seconds.
really just glitches a little bit and they just be standing vertical. Yeah? Where is he? He's just like slowly. You deserve all the bits for being attacked like that. Aww. Thank you. Where are he going? Oh, he's out. Sometimes it just seems to forget where they're Oh, hi. That was not nice of you. You know what I don't have? A repair tool. Okay, I promise. Just like a quick explorer. Just a quick one. I'd like 2 fish. Like 2 fish. Is that a new fish? That is a new fish, isn't it? Just, like, it's fine. Just stay away from me. Itchy nose. Are these new or are these just peepers?
Passing 200
I know.
meters. Oxygen efficiency
back here.
greatly decreased.
Get back here. Oh look, another fish that looked just like that. Oh, please don't! Please don't! No! Where'd he go? They're everywhere, but I can't get them. Oh, please. Please just leave me alone. Oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Please. Please stop. There's just so many. Come on. I thought it just freaking ate the one I was scanning.
30 seconds.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, it's time to leave. It's time to leave. It's time to leave. Where's the... Oh!
Oxygen.
I just want to scan the boys. Is it so hard? Well, bastards. Stop being so fast. Oh, for God's sake. Thank God. Alright. About to drown. It's fine. We're fine. Look, it even gave me an extra health kit. It's fine. Good. Alright, this is really helpful. Oh, that's... Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay, well, we got 3 new things to scan. Or don't need old house anymore. I also want to go in there. Is there one in there right now? Like that one. Just like a quick gander. See if there's a thing I want to scan in there. Look, there's nothing in there. I'm sure it's fine.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
What is this? Okay. I mean, that wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. I thought I could scan the thing that was down there. Right, I need to make a repair tool also. But now, we can talk about our new creatures, what we got. Oops, that's my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, there's not like a whole lot of place I can go right now. Maybe I'll just like take a quick look over here, see what resources are about. That looks bad. Just excited. God. Just seems like a whole lot of bad. Just rest her right there. Oh no! No, 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 you're fine. You're fine. Because there's new resources over here, right? There's gotta be. That's a noise. Hello? Hello? There do stuff, maybe? Maybe not? Aww. I mean, there's definitely like resources around here somewhere. I just... Are you just biters? Yeah. God, how do those fish not get cooked? Okay, I think it's time for us to go back and regroup. Well, it's just my eye. Because definitely a depth module on this bad boy would be a good idea. But we got in here, and that was step 1.
Captain.
And now there's probably other places we can also go. I know! Oh my god, what if I break it on the first try? Small, detail. Don't know where I came from. Okay, no. This is gonna be rough. It's fine. I'll figure it out. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Not that. That. It's gotta be that way. I'm an expert navigator. I don't think I can go through there. Where did I come from? And where did I go? Just needs a gentle hand. It's just like straight up. That's not ideal. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Definitely came from over here. I'm sure. I'm positive. This way, maybe? Seems promising. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. We lived, folks. I forgot what it was like to... I forgot that the sea moth was not just gonna solve my problems. So silly that they're decreasing the channel point earnings. I agree. Like, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea for them to, like, offer more reward with the, like, tier 2 or 3, but I don't think, like, seriously cutting down the reward you get for subscribing at all is a good idea, because I feel like people mostly just subscribe with the tier 1, right? Like, I feel like the other two are much less common. And, like, especially for smaller people getting started, like, that's even less of a reward, so even less, like, perks to offer for your audience, which sucks. Because, like, I I know that here, subs are like $7, and I think the like tier 3 is like 30 something, and I'm like, I would never expect anyone to do that ever. It's tier 3. Yeah, for me, tier 3 is $34. Us to see monsters. We live, bitch. Can't really say that to the Reaper though, because it didn't live, bitch.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, I have an egg. I'm just gonna like drop it. Maybe we'll get a little crab snake friend at some point. Bye, egg. Bye bye. Have a good trip. Have a good time. See you later. Ow! Hey! Fight! Oh, did I kill it? It's dead. Okay. I'm gonna fetch some food. If anybody's hungry, let me know. Grab you some too. And then we'll look at the new stuff we scanned. I think. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of bladderfish around here. It's unfortunate. Oh, did I not? Oh, have I never scanned this guy? I thought I had. I don't know. Alright, new guy. Yeah, 34 Canadian. That's a lot of money. Like, I like the subscriber thing. I just like feel like there's so little you like get for the higher tiers that it's like, why would you even bother? Like, I would rather someone do several months of the tier 1 than like 1 month of like $34 freaking dollars. That's excessive, in my opinion. Okay. Wait, no. That's incorrect. The Gary... Oh, maybe I just never picked up the Gary fish. That's fine. We've definitely talked about Gary fish. 25 US is about the same. Yeah. But I mean, it feels more expensive here. It's more money. So... Oh, you guys gotta pay such less money. It's so rude. The old, whatchamacallit. Oh, hi, Chris. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Sippy for Chris. Oh, whoa. Hello, where are the bladderfish? I think I can also make... Actually, I wonder if now I can make the better water. How's it going, Chris? Oh, I can make this now. I just need bleach. Which is salt and coral. Okay, I think I have salt. Oh, it was the tube coral, right? Yeah. God, you remember when I got trapped in that tube? Briefly? I had to rewatch that a bunch of times when I was making my highlight, and I laughed. Here's a tube. It's going the way it's always going. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. Let's grab a bunch. And then I think there's salt over here. Is that a horse? What? Where? Oh! What was that? What? What just happened? Weird. I wish I was amphibious. I didn't have to go up so often. Oh, I gotta sneeze. You heard him? You heard a horse? Like in real life? You heard him. It's pretty. You gotta see a horse. Oh, I go home. Where is home? Yo. Home is where Missy Moth is. Where I'm not constantly getting attacked by things I want to bite me. Alright. I guess maybe we haven't looked at the hoopfish before. I don't recall talking about it. So we'll take a look at those ones when we get back. After I have some food, some water. So who wants to talk about how to clean the water in this game? You need bleach. Oh yeah, bleach is clean.
It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
Good old human carcasses.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay. So let's look at the hoopfish first. I mean, that is a thing you can do, to be fair. Yeah. Small school mentality prey fish with a unique method of propulsion and a distant relative of the bladderfish. Antennae. Rather than swimming, this life form uses the fine green antenna which encircle its body to alter the composition of the water in front of it, allowing it to sail into the low density space created. I feel like this is one of those things that I don't know enough about to be like, that's wrong. So I guess it alters the composition of the water to make it lower density. I mean, if you don't know, some basic osmosis is like molecules will move from a high density space to a lower density space to like kind of like even it out. But that's like saying, like, if you have a cup of water, if you have a cup, what's the example? Okay, the example they usually use to teach us is like, say you have a cup of water, but you've like put something in it so it's split into two halves, and then you put salt in one of the halves. If you then take out the thing that's separating it so it all goes together, the salt will like distribute itself evenly. Or it might sink to the bottom because it's heavier, but like if it's well mixed, it will distribute itself evenly. So I don't even know how to begin to understand how it makes the water in front of it less dense. How do you separate a liquid from a liquid? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure you separate the water from the bleach during the process. Well, with water, like, it evaporates, right? Like, I don't know what the, what's it called? The, like, evaporation point of bleach is, or if there is one. But, like, that's a thing you can do, I think. They do it in Avatar. You can get rid of the impurities in water by evaporating it. Or something like that. It uses its antenna to alter the composition of the water in front of it. I'm just gonna leave that one because I literally can't wrap my head around it. I would have to, like, do a lot more research to understand what the heck. Actually, really quick, let's go look at the hoopfish wiki entry and see if it talks about it anymore. Because I'm confused, to say the least. We'll go here. It's a common passive. Yeah. The appearance. It's a rather slow swimmer. Okay, maybe not. I don't know what this is referring to either. I am just, like, confused. The databank entry for the hoopfish states it changes the composition of the water. Can I get rid of my impurities by evaporating? So much easier than practicing mindfulness and going to therapy. I agree with that, but to propel itself through the water in spite of this, it still pumps its tail like a normal fish. Yeah, again, this is one of those things that I don't want to comment too much on because I definitely don't know enough about it. But, like, it doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't really sound right. Especially because... So, this is, again, we're going to get into fluid dynamics very, very lightly. Because I am not super knowledgeable about fluid dynamics. But, in, like, basically the way it goes is... There's two major types of flow, which is turbulent flow and laminar flow. And basically what it means is really small organisms can swim, I think, without, like, drag, I want to say, or there's some force like that that doesn't act on them because the water molecules they displace by moving through them, like, go back to their original position because they don't get moved very far by the really tiny organism. But much, like, bigger organisms cause turbulent flow, which is when the molecules do not go back to their original position. And I think that's when drag happens. I have notes about this somewhere. Water do be moving. Gizmo's trying to eat an old baby of mine. Help. Maybe he's just hungry, you know? Maybe he's just hungry. I'm gonna try to pull up my notes really quick because... Oh god, I don't know where it is though. Right, give me 1 second. And I think there's like an in-between one. I think what it is when it, like, the animal's really small, inertia dominates, so they don't actually have to put as much, force into moving. And then, when animals are bigger and, like, turbulent flow is happening, I think drag forces dominate or something. I can, like, see the notes in my head, but I can't remember what it is. Well, let me go find my school notes. Oh god, no. Don't do that. Ow! I need to like this computer. My it's gonna take a second. I didn't watch that much Doctor Who, but Tyler's sister was very into it. Tyler. Okay, so that's... We're just gonna move on from that one. Purple-green coloration may be a camouflage adaptation for mid-range light wavelengths, possibly indicating the hoopfish is more active at dawn and dusk. That's interesting. So again, something we talked about before is usually coloration is, like, for camouflage, and there's different ways animals can camouflage themselves. They can just do stuff like be the color of the stuff around them. They can have what's called, I believe it's called disruptive coloring, which is like animals that have stripes and stuff like that. It helps sort of break up their shape so it's hard to see them. And then the other, like, sort of more major thing, other than camouflage, that animals might use it for is using it for, well, either like stuff like mating displays. That could be a reason for brighter color. So we see that in birds where the female is brown and the males are brightly colored. Or it can also be because the animals are pretending that they're an animal who's poisonous. So a lot of poisonous animals, which are the ones that, like, basically their bright colors are to be like, don't eat me, you will get sick. And there are animals that have bright colors to warn about that. And there's also animals on top of that that will pretend they're poisonous when they're not. We do know a lot of fish in the ocean and stuff tend to be brightly colored, and it can be because of, like, coral reefs is what I'm thinking of, and, like, coral can be a lot of different colors. But I think the mid-range light wavelengths thing is interesting. I would have to think about it a little more to, because that's getting into more, like, light stuff. And the basic, like, one very basic sorry, my search bar is not searching, but one very, like, basic camouflage in, like, the ocean is something like a penguin, which is black on the top, or, like, on their back, and white on the bottom, because when they're swimming, if you look up, you see white, and because there's light coming down from the top, it's bright, so it blends in. And then if you're looking down from the bottom, it's shadowy if you're looking down, so they're black on the top, so when you're looking at them, you see black. 15. She about to dry up like SpongeBob? Oh my god. Is it this or is it this? Well, I guess it's that one. We're gonna see. And so this is... I like this fish because there was a lot of other fish that they're like, oh, it's active at night, even though it's very clearly active in the day, which doesn't necessarily mean it's not active at night, but there are not a ton of fish that are active. I don't actually know if there's any fish that are active during the day and the night. There are some animals that like can sleep during the day and be active at night, or vice versa, like interchangeably, but I don't know about fish. Told me to take a parallel with their flow, not that.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Oh, my bad. I'm all over it. Don't you worry. I have to pee again already. Because there's been so many sippy. 10? Oh, are you talking about my water? Hello, little messenger. It's nice to see you. Whoa. That's a loud noise. Is that you? Is that you coming in?
It is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds and purifying water.
Howdy. Howdy there, cowboy. I think this also makes me 2 waters, which is even better.
Vital signs.
Are you happy now, Sam? Well, make some Okay. So we talked about these 2 points of the hoopfish. Oh yeah, and I was talking about, so there's, I don't know all of the terms off the top of my head, but usually it's like, so as you probably know, animals that are active at night are called nocturnal. If they're active during the day and they sleep at night, they're called diurnal. So that's what we are. And then there's another term called crepuscular, I believe is what it's called. And these are animals that are active at dawn and dusk. So not when it's really dark, not when it's really light, but when there's low light. And again, it is nice to see this one is supposedly active at dawn and dusk, because it's just like more of a little more, it's a little variety. And like a big thing just with animals in general is there will always be animals that like either fill every niche, or like years down the line animals will have evolved to fill that niche. So if there's not a lot of animals that like grazing animals, so like herbivores that like could feed anytime, or like they just have to feed when like the phytoplankton are out or whatever, then it's likely that they will evolve to be active at dawn and dusk if there's no predators. So it's just nice to see this. While schools of hoopfish will form periodically and evade predators en masse, this behavior is more social than it is defensive, and lone hoopfish are often found hunting for food and displaying generally curious behavior. So one of the main reasons that fish school is for protection. One of oh my god, I've just realized nocturnally, oh my god. What's that from? Is that from Harry Potter? Is it like Diagon Alley and it's just diagonally? That's really funny. That's really good. Thank you for sharing. But so one of the big reasons fish school is for defense, and it's because it's much easier to not get eaten if you are a bigger organism. And in a way, they can, schools of fish can almost function as one organism. It's really fascinating to get into what drives schooling behavior and how fish are even capable of doing the schooling behavior, and the minute signals that go through the whole group, lightning fast, basically. It's really cool. Birds do the same kind of thing. Anyways, but you may have seen videos of a big ball of sardines or something like that getting sort of picked off by stuff like dolphins and sharks and whatever. But it is much easier to not get eaten if you appear bigger than you are, so you're a big school of fish, and also because being around other fish makes you less likely to be the one that gets eaten. And on top of that, often the coloring, like there are quite a few kinds of schooling fish that are silver, and it's like the flashes of silver all over the place make it really hard for predators to lock onto one specific fish to target. So it's just a really good behavior to have. And I'm gonna be right back again real quick because I have to pee again because I keep drinking all of this tea. And I'll be back very soon. I'll put on the music again. Might go grab a snack really quick. Maybe take a moment to get yourself a snack. Get yourself some water. Maybe do a little stretch. My back could definitely use a little stretch. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'm back. I went down to get a snack, but I realized I only put the song on for one rotation. It's like a 3-minute song, so I ran back up here, but I was still chewing. Anyways, hi friends. Here I am. Once again. And now that we've talked about the hoopfish, we can talk about the peeper. I mean the oculus. Because they're definitely separate animals that are very different. AKA another eyeball fish. I like the colors of this one better. It doesn't have a beak though, which is interesting. What's everyone having for lunch? Well, it looks like my sister's here, and also my mom got me goat cheese panini for lunch, which is very fancy. And I'm very excited. I have been, though, lately, I've been making, I'm gonna pause this a second. I was thinking of making Elotes? What was your snack? I had a granola bar. It was very tasty. I usually have granola bars as my snack. But I've been making, so I have these cauliflower pitas because I've not been eating gluten because I'm pretty sure it hurts my stomach, which is sad. But I have that and I toast it, and I've been putting smashed avocado on it and then a over easy egg, and it's so fucking good. And that's all I want to eat all of the time. And it was inspired, I think, by Emily talking about, we were talking about some kind of food like last week or something, like eggs Benedict or something, and that inspired me to pop an egg on there, and it was so good. It's so freaking messy though, but it's so tasty. I love it. I recently like discovered some sort of love for avocados, and it's like all I want to eat now, and it's, I don't know what happened. I didn't like them for years, and then here I am. That sounds incredible. It does. It is. I highly recommend. So good. The specimen shares genetic similarities with the common peeper. While the shallows and the cave systems are separated by just a few meters of rock, foodstuff and threat in each biome are completely different. It's possible a small school of peepers was once caught off in the caves, and the Oculus species is how they adapted. Stream froze for me. Oh no! Mine seems to be okay. Nice. I wish I could eat avocados. They taste so nice, but I can't. Apparently, I can't stomach fats. Oh no, that sucks. It is. They are like a really good source of healthy fat, I think, but that sucks that they don't. They hurt your stomach. I'm realizing lately, like my sister is like into nutrition, and she's studying to be a naturopathic doctor, so she knows a lot about like food and stuff. And I've realized like I think gluten hurts my stomach. I think dairy definitely hurts my stomach. And then I was realizing after that there was a couple, like she was like, oh yeah, these like vegetables can also like be inflammatory. And I was like, are you kidding? I can't even eat vegetables now? Because I also don't really eat meat. I do eat fish, but I don't really eat meat. You didn't hear what the snack was? Oh, I just said I had a granola bar. I usually just grab one of those, as my snack when I'm down there because they're pretty quick. Crumpet, avocado, and a poached egg with hollandaise sauce would be my recipe suggestion. Ooh, I don't really like hollandaise sauce, at least the times I've tried it. I think it's just like too rich for me or something. I'm not sure, but I freaking love the taste of egg yolk. I would just eat egg yolks and nothing else. Anyway, so delicious. I get like stomach flu symptoms from that, and also fatty fish or just normal oil. Oh, that sucks. That's rough. I love sesame oil. Sesame oil is like, it's just so good, and I really love like making sort of like Asian type sauces. Like they're so good, but sesame oil like ruins my stomach, and it's so upsetting. And it was one of those things where like it happened a couple times, and I was like, there's no way it's this, like it's probably fine. And then after a couple I was like, oh. And then this is a little TMI, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. One time I was at my boyfriend's place, and we had, I forget what we had. I think we had like tofu or something, and it had like sesame oil in it, and I was like, oh, I'll just have like a little bit and it'll be fine. I was like, okay. And then after that we went to feed goats, because I found this place where you could like bottle feed goats, and it was so fun. Anyways, but I got there and we were doing that, and it was fun, and then like all of a sudden my stomach's like going, and I was like, oh no. And I was like, hey, like where's your bathroom? And they're like, oh, we just like have this little like shed over there, and it has like a little toilet in it. And I was like, oh no. And it was like a hot day, and I had to go in the shed, and I feel very bad for them. Anyways, that's my gross story for you. I've been making that for Shimera's breakfast all week. Also, piece of toast with the middle cut out, buttered and toasted in the skillet with an egg cooked in the middle, melty cheese, and guac bread. That sounds really good. Yeah, I'm sorry for the story. The only problem is, like, again, I'm sort of avoiding gluten, which means a lot of bread. And there is gluten-free bread, but it doesn't taste as good, in my opinion. So it doesn't work as well, which is why I've been really enjoying the pitas. That does sound really good, though. I just love eggs. I don't really like egg yolk as much. This shit. It was bad. Like, I got in there, and I closed the door, and there was, like, no light, and it was warm, and I was like, I feel so bad for these people. I mean, I felt bad for me, but They're fun. Anyway, sometimes these things happen. C'est la vie. Okay. Oculus. Right. Highly developed night vision, large complex eyeballs provide this herbivore superior vision in the dark and an intense phobia of light. That's interesting. I think if you're an adult and you haven't had a bowel-related story yet, you're not doing it right. Or is that just me? No, I think you're right. I think we all go through it at some point where your stomach decides to, like, turn into a volcano in, like, the worst place possible in public. So this is, like, again, just the big thing of, like, really developed eyeballs. I think the phobia of light thing is interesting. Like, it may be that this goes back to the cones and rods thing, and, like, is it rods that are low light? I don't remember. But it might just be it has, like, a ton of those, and they just can't, like, properly process high levels of light, so it's very uncomfortable to look at. Where's its mouth? Lack of beak. Well, the peeper uses its beak to break down tough corals, so that kind of goes back to the, like, incisoriform teeth we talked about with stuff that, like, parrotfish and whatnot, that they actually have, like, a beak and they use it to, like, scrape off chunks of coral and stuff like that. Also true if you're lactose intolerant but really like cheese. Eventually I'll decide I don't want to deal with that pain, but today is not that day. Usually hard cheeses don't have lactose. You might actually have a milk allergy. You might want to check with your doctor. Oh, that's interesting. I think there's also, like, this is just something I learned from my sister lately, like, different kinds of foods, I believe, have different levels of lactose. Like, I think milk and ice cream have very high levels, and then stuff like yogurt and cheese and, like, butter have, like, lower levels. I don't know a ton about it, but... Yeah, I got to a point lately where I was like... Because for a long time I was like, there's no way I could cut out cheese, like, even to try it. And even though I, like, had switched out the kind of milk I drink and stuff like that, like, I was still eating cream cheese and cheese. And then lately I was just like, you know, I'm sick of my stomach being upset, like, all of the time, and I'd like, forget it, I'll just not eat cheese. Or, like, I have this soy cheese for if I really want melted cheese. But I had ice cream, like, dairy ice cream the other day because my mom and I went to get ice cream, and it, like, killed my stomach, and I was like, yeah, I feel like that's a good indication that lactose is not for me. That is interesting that hard cheeses especially don't have lactose. I feel like, I think butter has very low levels because it's so processed and it's so, like, fatty. But I don't know a ton about that. I do know stuff about fish and lack of beak. So while the peeper uses its beak to break down tough corals, the oculus likely feeds on the soft fungal growths of the jelly shroom caves and has no need for one. The only thing I think is interesting about that, I do think it's about, like, you don't necessarily need to have a fully developed beak if you're not doing this sort of scrapey thing. But I mean, I think it still could have a beak because, like, scraping algae off of stuff, like, it's still a scraping thing, so it wouldn't be soft. Although maybe it's talking about, like, the little mushrooms. Hydrate! Thank you, Warrior Girl, for the hydrate. I should probably look into the vegan alternatives. I know they can be kind of expensive, though. Yeah, that can be a bit of a thing. Like, I think the other thing you have to... There's a couple things, I think, when you're sort of switching to more vegan things that you need to understand. Which is, like, if you expect it to be the exact same, you're going to be disappointed. And, like, for me with cheeses, like, there are different kinds of cheese that I think work well for different things. I mean, just, like, dairy cheeses. And, like, finding ones, like, I have the Daya shreds I really like for melted cheese, and then other stuff. Do that. Yeah, for me, I had to do a test for almost everything with blood levels and breathing tests, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of misinformation out there, especially about food sensitivities. Yeah, a lot of snake oil salesmen out there. If you like podcasts, definitely check out Sawbones. Ooh, they mostly talk about medical histories, but clear up a lot of modern myths. That's awesome. Yeah. I think it can be really hard sometimes, too. Like, a lot of people jumped on the, like, gluten-free bandwagon when it started being a thing, and in some ways it was good because it became much more widely available, but it also became very much like a thing that it was just like a fad diet. I remember my sister got into the gluten-free thing before I do, because she definitely has a lot of food sensitivities. But I remember she was telling me once that like this place on our campus, like they had the gluten-free buns, and then when she asked them if like the like burger patties they were using, if those had wheat in it, and they're like, oh yeah, they do. And it's like, okay, well then clearly this is more of a like a fad thing to be like, oh yeah, we have gluten-free buns, when it's like you're not actually helping with the people who have actual like celiac, like actual serious medical issues, or even just like the intolerances, you know? McElroy brothers are the best brothers. Yeah. Yeah, they're really cool. The whole diet industry is kind of exhausting because it's really one of those things where it's like people want to believe so bad that they like things can just be fixed, and if they just do one thing for a little while then everything's going to be fixed, but that's not how it works. Like everybody wants to believe that they can just get thin with a pill and that's it, you know? And it's just like that kind of goes back to the whole like change is often uncomfortable, and it's supposed to be, but people don't like being uncomfortable. So separated tail fins. The caves in which the oculus lives make it hard to escape from fast predators. I already don't like where this is going. The oculus has adapted by splitting its tail fin into 5 separate tendrils. These tendrils prevent it from swimming as fast as its shallow water cousins, but each can be detached and regrown, allowing it to escape more easily when caught. That's interesting. Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, oh sorry, let me read this first. The thing is, like, my friend had celiac, and on the one hand, partly it's more available now, but mostly it's still not right for her. Like, people don't understand she needs a separate toaster and everything for her food, and most gluten-free foods still have traces of gluten because people thought it was just a quirky diet. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I feel like you really hit the nail on the head, which is like, on one hand, it's been really good because more availability, but like on the other hand, people just capitalize it into being able to market it as gluten-free, even if it's not actually like, it's not necessarily actually that helpful. Anyway, give and take, back and forth. Anyways, so tendrils. It has tendrils. So we're gonna look really quickly at squids and like some things that have tendrils, because I want to check my understanding a little bit before I make claims like this. But things like squids use like jet propulsion, so they contract their muscles very hard to I'm losing my train of thought. They use jet propulsion by squishing all their muscles together to shoot water out, and that's how they get forward. I think the thing too is that most people miss for diets is that you need to make an entire lifestyle change to eating healthily, moving and exercising regularly in a way that's going to be sustainable. Most people just focus on eating better until they look like they want, and then they go back to their ways and lose the progress. That's exactly the thing too, is like, again, people just want it to be easy, and it's like, oh, all I have to do is like eat like almost nothing for a month, and then after that I can do whatever I want. And it's like, that's not how it works. I'm very lucky in that like I was raised in a household that like we generally didn't have a lot of junk food to begin with, and it was fairly healthy. Like, I know people who were raised in a house where it's like all they ate was like meat and potatoes, and so it's even harder for them to like branch out into vegetables and stuff like that. I like how this is just like, let's talk about squid and fish, and also let's talk about diet and stuff. It's great. Hello, peeps. Hi, Mario. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I just realized Emily doesn't. Oh, no, no, it's okay. I was like, Emily doesn't have like any badges. I totally thought she had badges, but one of the messages just didn't show it for some reason. It's okay. I was afraid for a moment. Which thing was I talking about? Oh yeah, just that I definitely like had an environment that was made it a lot more easy to like make healthy choices, and so like I don't really eat fast food. I eat fast food fairly rarely, and when I do eat it, it usually hurts my stomach, which discourages me even more. Dieting and sustainability might be good mindful Monday topics. I agree. That's also something again my sister's really into, so like maybe I could like eat her on here. We do have chips. Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I think in my house, and this is like something I feel like our environment is still pretty good for it, like when I was younger too, which is like it isn't about restriction. So we usually have chips. We usually have what we call emergency chocolate, which is some nice like dark chocolate usually. And then sometimes we have like ice cream or stuff like that. And yeah, it's all about moderation. That's exactly right. Which is like I personally like I don't really eat meat, but it's like if on any particular day I just really really feel like eating meat, like I just eat meat. And it's the same thing with like if one day I just really want french fries, I just go get french fries. Or stuff like that. Like I think it's like denying yourself is not the answer, and I think that goes for a lot of things, like emotionally too, like just denying you want something and hoping it goes away, or like denying you feel some way and hoping it goes away. It doesn't work. It really just doesn't work. Yeah, it's all about moderation. And I think like once you get into it and like practice it, it becomes a lot easier. It's like usually I want to eat healthy things, and like especially lately I found some recipes I really like, and so in the morning I like get up and I'm just like super excited to eat my breakfast, and then like I'm excited to like make my lunch and eat it, and that makes it so much better. And a lot of it what I eat is healthy. That's exactly it. All about moderation and exercise. That's right. Exercise is still something I'm working on a little bit. I go for lots of walks, but I'm in the process of getting a bike that actually fits me because I would like to do more like cardio and stuff. I really hate cardio, but I'm hoping that biking is something where I can make it more fun. Anyways, let's get back to the fishies and such. So squids move like again by sort of the jet propulsion thing. They don't so much like flap around their tentacles to get around. I want to look a little bit about how octopuses move because I don't know. I mean, I know like they can kind of like walk. Yeah, they also use jet propulsion. So the thing is, generally like animals that have tentacles or tendrils or stuff like that, they don't actually use those tendrils to like swim. That's not like they don't like flap them using them to swim. So for it to be on the back of a fish doesn't make a lot of sense. Because again, if we go back to Subnautica, like because you can see all they've done here is replace the caudal fin, the tail fin, with tentacles, which means that it's still they're still moving in the same way, which is that back and forth motion. But now there's just so much less surface area, and it's all broken up, which means you're not going to get a lot of propulsion that way. And happiness and self-love, no matter how your body looks on the outside, if you're healthy, you're great. Don't need to be a size 6 or something to be healthy. Yeah. I will say the other thing with that too is like one thing I think something people sometimes get wrong is like, oh, I'll love my body when it's where I want it to be. like, as it stands currently, I definitely would like to be doing more exercise. I was doing pole dance when I was in school and stuff, but we don't really have that around here in my hometown. But it was something I really liked doing because it built muscle, but it didn't feel like work. And it's like my body is not exactly where I want it to be. I want bigger muscles. I want to be able to lift more things. But like, I think it's just as important to love your body, like, right this second how it is, even if it's not like the way you want it to be or whatever. You know? Because then you'll be making decisions because you love your body and what's good for your body, and not just because you hate the way you look. Anyways, yeah, the Oculus is a slow boy. Even more slow. And I don't really think this makes sense. Like, we did talk about the peeper and how this is not the tail of a fast fish to begin with. That's not a tail of a fish that's built for speed, like sustained speed or just bursts of speed, just like not at all. So that thing's not very fast to begin with. And then this thing should barely be able to move, frankly. I do think the detaching and regrowing thing is interesting, because that is like a strategy that I don't think fish use it so much, but I think like octopuses can and will do that, and there's quite a few lizards, like even some of like the lizards I have, all of them, if they got stressed enough, they would let go of their tail as a defense mechanism. So I think that is a cool little addition, although I don't think the tendrils necessarily make sense. I don't remember if I said this already, but I like lack of beak if they're eating like soft stuff, like I get it. But also, like, usually mouths just protrude a little more, so they're just not like slamming their whole head into whatever they're eating. Like, that's less of a gripe. I really struggled with body image and dieting over the past year. I had to make a pretty drastic change, and actually lost like 25 pounds by cutting out a lot of carbs and going to the gym. Now I really feel like I've lost a lot of progress to that stuff. Yeah, I get that. But I do think, like, first of all, the fact that you were able to make a serious change, and that I hope made you feel good. If you have done it before, it means it's going to be even easier to do it again. And I do think, like, just habits in general, they're just, the biggest thing about habits is getting back on the wagon when you fall off. It's easy when it feels easy to do it every day, but if you miss a day, it can sort of spiral downwards. Or if you miss a week or a month or like whatever. It's just about getting back on the horse when you fall off. Trust me, I've fallen off a lot of horses. So that's that guy. There's a jelly shroom. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I really, really like the jelly shrooms. I think that's true with a lot of people. Be patient with yourself. We're living in a very serious time right now. You're enough as you are right now. Yeah, absolutely. And if you ever need, reassurance or validation or whatever, I love reassuring people and helping them feel good about themselves. It becomes easier to be nice to yourself if you also have outside help. And like, I think a lot of people in this community, like the little messenger, like, we all support you. I think you're wonderful. I am super happy that you are in my life. I think you're really cute. Just, anyway, this is just becoming a whole thing. This is becoming Mindset Monday. It's okay. Also, you give the best workout motivation. Do you want to train like Prince Zuko? Or no? Anyways. A life form unique to a microcosm located in a cave system deep within the grassy plateaus where a high concentration of carnivorous life forms ward off smaller predators. Honor! Do you want honor or not? Do you want to capture the avatar or not? Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. Write that down. Consists of a trunk-like base from which grows a fragile purple membrane. Membrane structure suggests vulnerability to predation, but evidence thereof is lacking. Unknown defensive mechanisms, possible symbiotic relationship. Oh no, not my cow. God, that's Mulan is such a good movie. So this is interesting because this is another, I think, much better example of a symbiotic relationship than the crash fish, because if we go back to that a little bit, like the crash fish, it was like, oh, its strategy is just exploding. Like, that's the whole thing. That's not so good. I'll get back on the horse, just gotta stop eating so much candy, and much more importantly, move. Yes, absolutely. I find, like, one of the big things for me is, like, we do have chips in the house, and the easiest way for me to not eat the chips is to not get the chips in the first place. And I think that's one of those things you can cut down sort of gradually, or you can just dead stop if you feel like you can do it. I don't really eat candy because I find it kind of hurts my stomach. I do like sour candy a lot, though, I will say. But I don't have it very often. But again, I feel like this is a much nicer example of a symbiotic relationship, because here we're looking at an organism that is vulnerable to predation, but because of, like, it's a good sort of, like, host for the den of the crab snake. That is what it's called, right? Crab snake, yeah. Because it provides a good home for the crab snake. The crab snake then defends its home from other animals, which gives the jelly shrimp the added benefit of less predation. Like, I think this is a good example of a symbiotic relationship, where I think the crash fish and I forget what kind of plant the crash fish is with, but I don't think that is nearly as good of one, the sulfur plant. Yeah. Because again, like, it has the right idea of, like, oh, a plant that gives, like, either food or, like, shelter or something to an animal, and in turn that animal defends it. Like, that's a pretty good symbiotic relationship. Everybody's getting something out of it, but the whole problem was, like, the exploding thing. So, oops, let's go back to the none of these things. I also just think they're very pretty. Yeah, that's no predators because of this boy. Alright. This life form appears to live in symbiosis with the local flora. All encountered specimens have been located within 50 meters of jelly shroom flora, frequently within the plants themselves. Yeah, so again, I think this is one of the things I really like about this game. First of all, I just really like this biome, for one thing, and I think it has a really cool little, like, biological story, which is, like, the plants are basically the dens of these huge creatures that defend them, and it's all just, like, a big colony of these awesome crab snake things, which I just think are very cool. I haven't looked into the biology yet, and I'm sure I'll be at least a little disappointed, but it's okay. Jaws. The crab snake has 2 pairs of fangs, and 1 larger claw on either side. It plunges these jaws into its prey, locking them in place while the inner jaw tears through the flesh. So one thing that this thing reminds me of, I think this is what it's called. Yes? Yes. So one thing that the crab snake reminds me of is this boy right here. So this is a bobbit worm. And bobbit worms, so they're an aquatic predator, and what they do is they basically burrow themselves completely into the sand and maybe just have, like, their little head out, and they when fish swim by, they'll sort of, like, leap out and grab onto it, and they're really scary, in my opinion. So you can see, like, this is their head. Is there a better picture of them somewhere? Sometimes called the Sand Striker. That sounds cool as heck, in my opinion. And they're pretty big too. Yeah, okay, this is a good picture of them. So they have some pretty wicked jaws on them. And basically, like, they just, like, snap them shut. And you can see down here, this is a picture of them. I don't know how big they are, but I think they can get, like, several meters long, which is really scary. But that's kind of what it makes me think of. Because they, like, even though the crab snakes don't actually burrow, they do sort of lie in wait, like an ambush predator, and then come out and grab you. Or grab, other stuff. So that's what it makes me think of. Although it is interesting that they don't really have fins. Again, this comes back to the same sort of things we talk about, where it's like they just don't really have fins. A bit of a thing. Sorry, 1 second here. There. And you can see, like, the bobbit worm, it doesn't have fins, but it doesn't need to because it spends all its time buried in the sand waiting for prey to move along, right? And this thing also does that, but it also swims around a little bit, which is interesting. So it has these giant claws. The only thing I wonder about these is they look like they're real far from the mouth, so unless they're, like, very flexible, or they're just used for, like, tearing apart prey, or just, like, dragging it back to their den, like, I wonder if they can even get the food in there. Jelly shroom symbiosis. Jelly shroom, yes, this is sort of what we were saying before. Jelly shrooms provide the perfect lair. Oh, so they can also ambush their prey, but they use it as, like, a den. The presence of crab snakes likely deters herbivores from feeding on the jelly shroom itself, thus ensuring the relationship continues. They're territorial when threatened, patrolling the cave system in which they reside. I mean, to be fair, they don't spend a whole lot of time swimming, it doesn't seem like. Or, like, that's what I'll give them, that will say that they probably don't spend a whole lot of time swimming, and they don't have to be very good swimmers because they're not dealing with a ton of open water, and it also doesn't really seem like there's any predators around there that are big enough to prey on them. It is interesting, like, I mean, I didn't spend a whole lot of time down there because I didn't have any oxygen and my sea moth would have gotten squished to pieces, but there does seem to be a lot of crab snakes and not a lot of small fish, which seems to be what they feed on. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Assessment avoid. So that is all the things the new things we scanned. Oh, and I think I forgot to turn on the volume, but that's okay because we've just been talking. So that's that. And then I think what we need to do now is probably work on the base a little bit more and definitely make a repair tool, which I think I have this stuff for, actually, for my poor sea moth. And maybe we'll just, like, pick a direction and we'll go in that direction till we hit a new biome and we'll see what cool animals are in there.
Seek fluid intake.
I will seek fluid intake. Thank you. Yeah, and then I'll probably do the same thing. Oh, I have to make bleach first. I'll probably do the same thing I did this previous week, which is I'll probably play on my own and probably work on the, like, base building and stuff and, like, gathering resources, because I want to be able to spend this time talking about the creatures and not so much focusing on the nitty-gritty playing. Although if there's stuff you really want to see me do, then let me know. But, like, even I'll probably go to the Aurora on my own because, again, there's, other than, like, the crawlers, there's not really stuff over there. We kind of looked at the Reaper already, but he ripped me to shreds twice. So we're clearly not ready to take a look at him, which is frustrating because he's right there. I would like to make a scanner room. Also would like to make a multi-purpose room. Yeah, a lot of other things. But, one thing at a time. Yeah, we'll just go adventuring. I need food. Food before adventure. Oh, yeah. Food, repair tool, and then we'll go adventuring. The Reaper is scary. Although I really like that clip of, like, when he got stopped by the ship and I, like, got excited because I thought he couldn't hurt me and I tried to go look at his face and then he ate me. Because I forgot it's not real life and you can't just do that once you get into his range. So, that was a miscalculation. Come here. Oh, I can't wait to get the heated knife so I can just eat on the go. That's really the goal here. Wish I could swim faster. Oh, wait, can I pick them up? Also, oh, pff, so much easier. Didn't realize that. I'll take the bladderfish if they're here. If they're up for grabs, you know. Oh boy. Oh, wait, the tunnel, you're not safe in there. Oh wait, I totally thought that was not. I was the fool. I was the fool this time. Its strategy worked. I just want like the bladderfish and the peepers because those are the good eating. Come here, you little booger. There you are. All right. Come on. Okay, that's quite a lot of fish. Yeah, because I know there's only some biomes we haven't seen at all, but I might have to go deeper to get to them.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I know, I'm going to. Relax, it's fine. It's fine. Club it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Fluid intake in real life, too. I feel like 2 peepers and 1 boomerang is probably plenty. And we'll just make these boys into water because I can. Alright, I gotta go do my 100 baby challenge again. Also, EA is testing me since apparently Realm or Magic and Spot A are 50% off. Ooh, I'll catch you next year. That's awesome. Yeah, no, have a great day. I'll maybe come raid you in a bit. That'll be just to see where you're at with your 100 babies and if your computer is still handling it. Since the game gets angry with more babies.
Stabilizing.
Okay. We don't really need this. Oh wait, I already have a repair tool. Oh, I just don't have a battery in it. It's a constant struggle against batteries. These are both dead, right? Yeah. It says battery. This does not have a battery. Like, I don't really need one. I love the 50% off sales. God, yeah, Sims are so expensive, like all the add-ons and stuff, but it's such a fun game that it's a rough time. That's a 30% battery. 40% battery. Okay, I need to make more batteries, clearly. And then I don't need to make a new repair tool because I already have one. So I just need fresh batteries, right? What was I just thinking about? Ugh. Right. This has a battery. That has a battery. That does not have a battery. And the Sea Glide has a battery, but they're all low. Okay, so I'll make 2 batteries, and then we'll go exploring for the last half hour or so. I love the music in this game. It's chill, but it's like lovely, you know? Fresh batteries. Pop the repair tool on. What am I on? Hitting the wrong button. We'll leave the empty battery not there. There. Okay. I say we go, west. That's where I think we should go. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
To the... Actually, maybe we'll go, I already went to this one. Where's the... Oh. Where's the Degassi proposed thing? Why can't I see it? Is it because it's blue? It's an entirely possible thing. Where is this? Is it gonna be really deep? Because I don't know if I can do that. Oh, it's down. 250 years. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna do that right now. We're just gonna go west, I think. Wasn't there another one, though? That we recently got the broadcast for? Maybe this guy? I think we did this one, and I think we did this one. So, you know what? This is... Oh, 300 meters? No, we're just gonna go west. We're just going west. Wait. We're going west. And we're gonna hope that nothing eats us. I'm also gonna save, because I haven't saved in a minute. Alright. Maybe we'll stop at some... I think we already went to this wreck. Yeah, no, we'll just keep going. Into the unknown. Yeah, I think I'll probably try to set up more of a base. Maybe get some depth modules for the sea moth. Maybe put down some beacons in various places. We'll see. It's so much nicer in the sea moth. You can just vibe. Hang out. Okay. It's out here. Oh, this is the blood kelp forest, right? Can take a small look in here.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters.
Yeah, that's probably
Oxygen
fine.
efficiency greatly decreased.
God, I just saw that shadow. That's my shadow for a second. I got really freaked out. I was like, there's nothing really, there's deep shrooms, but that is not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in finding more animals to talk about. Alright, we'll carry on. We'll see what we see. Fishies? Maybe? Don't see any fishies. I can't go a whole lot deeper than this, but I want to. There's something terrifying, and also, like, I just want to go down there when you can't really see the bottom. Maybe that's just me. Is that a new fish? Are you a new fish? You are. Come back here. Nice. Excellent. Alright. What else? Oh my god, that's scary. Ooh. I'll take this, thank you. Goat, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll even work towards getting the Cyclops for next time. Oh, look at the deep. Oh, I guess I could just... at least I can see the bottom, even if I can't go down to the bottom. I also just, like, don't like these open areas, because, like, a Reaper comes at me.
Damage imminent.
It's not gonna be great. Now that I have that thought in my head, I don't like it. I'm just gonna listen. I think we're okay. Oh. Are the warpers mad at me? That is a lot of warpers. Oh, okay. I thought there was another one, like, teleporting in right there. I don't like doing this at night.
Warning.
It's scary.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Oh, it's just darkness. I have like a little bit of chills right now. Oof, you don't like it. Ah! I'm gonna have to stop and repair this thing. You don't mind if I just get out in the middle of the ocean? Okay, carrying on. To the west. Indefinitely.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage.
I'm just going forward. Stop going down. It's okay. We're all in this together. You guys wanna get out and repair it? It just like takes you down slowly if you just go forwards. You have to be careful. It's really dark and I can't see anything and I am afraid. Oh no. There's literally nothing. It's literally... Okay, you can see the surface. This is fine. Everything's fine. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that we're gonna hit the dead zone and I'm not gonna know.
Warning, entering
Yep, nope.
zone. Adding report
Nope,
to
we ain't doing that. Goodbye. Back right out of there. No, God, please! God, please! I'm not ready! I'm not ready! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! No, no, no! God, I'm sorry. Didn't like that. That was really bad. He's still out there? That I'm not even gonna pretend I'm ready to attempt to, scan the ghost. I am definitely not. Oh my god, thank god there's a reef back right here. Oh, please take care of me. Please keep me safe. That was very scary. Alright, let's go, got like 25 minutes. We'll go. We'll just go south. Okay. We'll go sort of southeast-ish. We're getting all your like death on. God, that was like literally my worst nightmare. I'm not ready to face that. I would really like it to be daytime, additionally. Kindly. Thank you. Oh, my heart's going a little bit. Is this new? Are we somewhere new? I don't think so. That kind of looks new. I'm gonna take a walk over there. It's not new. Or I can't scan it. Okay, we're somewhere new. I don't know where. Where somewhere.
Life on the seafloor suggests
Ooh, I
this
need
may
to
be
see
the
yours back.
migration path of a huge bottom-dwelling mammal.
Oh, we can't go down there though. Dang it. Okay, I think I'm gonna head back and then we'll look at the fish. The fish we caught, and then we'll probably end the stream there. Or sorry, the fish we scanned. We didn't catch it. God, that was scary. That's rough. Alright. I hope you guys had a good time today. My adrenaline is certainly pumping. Certainly pumping, yep. I'm very excited for lunch though. Ooh, what's this? Big rock. Cool. Whoa. What just happened? Oh my god. What just happened? What just happened? What did I do that? I'm so confused. Why do I have no health? What did I just do? I'm gonna have to go look at this afterwards. Because I don't know what I just did. Okay, I went out of this place. I think I like maybe panic clicked myself out and then like I don't know, I hurt myself somehow. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done now. I just want to go home. Yeah, we just have the spine fish to look at. And I don't know how much I'm going to have to say about that because it seems like it's basically just like the other fish with the antenna, which I can't remember the name of right about now. Hoopfish, I think. That's what it's called. God. Remind me not to go that far west again. I just thought it'd be a good idea to pick a direction and just go with it until I found something new. And I did find something new. But it was scary and horrible. You're not ready for the scaries, yeah. I'm not emotionally ready for the scaries. over here. Oh, I just did it again. I think if I get out while it's moving and I get out in front of it, it hurts me. Okay, it's okay.
Welcome aboard,
Anybody snooze?
Captain.
Okay. Let's look at this boy. This will be the last one for today. So this is the spinefish. Small, school mentality, prey fish closely related to the hoopfish. A combination of near translucent flesh with white rib-like markings give this fish a deathly appearance. It takes advantage of this to avoid the attention of its predators. That's interesting. Like, it's saying the strategy here is to have a kind of camouflage that makes it just look like bones? To make it look like it's dead already? I mean, I feel like the thing with that is, like, A, if it's moving, it's probably food. And B, there are still things that eat dead things. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. I do think that the stripes are interesting. Like, we did talk a little bit before about disruptive coloring being a thing. And they usually have stuff like stripes or whatnot. Behavior. Moves in schools for protection, but will disperse and flee if necessary, whereon those fortunate enough to escape the gaze of their assailants will make for the seafloor and hide among the detritus. Yeah? I mean, usually, like, what happens is sometimes you can have it where a whole school of fish is getting attacked, and the school is no longer enough protection, and so, again, what happens is a lot of them get picked off, and then the other ones will just try to flee. And they may or may not be successful at a below calorie count. Yeah, so I don't know that I have a whole lot to say about that, because it is a lot like the hoopfish. It doesn't talk about how it swims. I think these kind of look like little, like, saw blades to me. Like the spinning ones. It's interesting. It has some, the orange markings are very interesting. I wonder if it supposedly, like, swims the same way, too. I don't know. Let's go look at the hoopfish one more time. Like, they really are just the same fish. Alright. I don't have a lot to say about that. So I think I will end the stream there. Let me just pop it back to this. Thank you so much, everybody, for who came. I am going to see, I do believe Little Messenger is streaming, so we'll probably go raid. But thank you, everybody, for coming. I had a great day today. I think I like streaming in the science category, so we might continue with that one, but we'll see in the future. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you haven't already joined the Discord, there is a link below. It's also probably been in chat a little bit. Great stream, really enjoyed. I'm glad. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I feel like I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah. I would love it if you hit the follow button. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the stream, that would be absolutely wonderful. You guys are all wonderful. I'm gonna hit raid the Little Messenger, and then I will see you guys later. We'll put some music. I hope I spelled that right. I did spell it right. It's okay. Okay, back to music. Bye bye. Oh, I forgot my tick. Bye bye.